This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
There she is. She's beautiful.
目にはぼんやりとした霧街の明かりがぼやけてる理解でき
Good morning, y'all. Can you believe that it is 5:30 in the morning? And this is very surprising because I am not a morning person whatsoever, but we're here to fulfill a mystery bundle and we've got a budget of $100. So yes, the buyer paid $100 for their bundle, but I'm taking that exact $100 and we're gonna use it for our budget to fulfill it. And this month, our aesthetic is Black Japanese archival fashion. So I really had to study up the Depop likes, the Pinterest boards, because we're talking only one color, black, silhouette, texture, and just a whole bunch of shape. So we'll do a little scroll of their Depop likes and Pinterest board right now. I am a little bit nervous for this bundle just because this is an aesthetic that I'm not necessarily familiar with. I know like little bits and pieces, but I do really like it because this is up Arthur's alley. Like this is exactly how he wants to dress, but the only thing that I know is that this aesthetic can get very expensive. So trying to do this with $100, it's gonna be tricky. We might be here a little too early because a whole bunch of vendors are still popping up. I wanna just apologize in advance because if I'm a little snappy with you, if I'm a little snappy with Arthur, just know that I have not slept yet. I'm running off of 0 hours of sleep and it's also the first day of my period and I've got a bloody massacre going on this lower half here. All right, the first place we hit up, they're still setting up, so we feel a little bad just like going into their tent while they're still, setting up. So instead, we're gonna go hit up our favorite, Natalie and Audra. They have a $10 dead stock sale right now, so we're gonna see what they have. But also, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. And so, since it's my day, I have 5 children, I am going to treat myself to something nice today. Last month, there was this Copco jean camisole that I really wanted, but I think it was like, what was it? Was it like $90? Or was it $200? I don't know. But you know what? I'm feeling like I need a little something for myself. I'm a great mom. Ooh, guys, we have been here for an hour and 30 minutes already, and we have yet to find a single item. Honestly, I'm starting to question whether early bird is even worth it because a lot of vendors are not set up yet. We've been just trying to kill time by walking around, and that's it. Just purely walking around.
Yeah, while they're still walking around, let's talk about how you can have a professional website with today's video sponsor, Squarespace. They empower individuals to create an online web presence, but also launch their passion projects. I've got my own website with Squarespace. It's USAGIMERCADO.com, and it's dedicated entirely to my night market. So this is where I sell tangible merchandise, have vendors and volunteers apply with us, but also feature images and videos of past events. So there really is a lot you can do, like sell tangible items, sell digital items, sell a service, sell access to videos or images, and you can just simply use it as a blog. And if you don't know how to code, don't know anything about technology, do not worry because I'm the least tech savvy girl on the face of the earth, and I have my own Squarespace website. And it's because they make it super easy with the features that they offer. The first one is inventory management. This is what keeps track of all my tangible merchandise, and they send me notifications when something sells, is low in stock, or completely sold out. Second feature I use is called Forms, and it's quite literally clicking a Forms template into your website and you customizing it to best fit your needs. One of my favorite features is video collections, and this is showcasing videos all across your website, and all you need is to copy and paste a URL link to the video you want to feature. So there's a free trial waiting for you at squarespace.com, but when you're ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/Chanel to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to Rosebowl Flea.
We have purchased one thing and it was only $10, but it was a mistake on both mine and Arthur's part because we didn't do a quality check, and it's actually like kind of messed up. Like the stitching is coming undone. So this was a top that we had gotten. I really liked it because it's like kind of sheer and see-through. Honestly, kind of reminds me of the shirt that I'm wearing right now, only mine's a long sleeve and has little thumb holes. And then this has like a little cowl neck, but after we bought it, I did a quality check and look at this. So yeah, that was a bust. Big mistake. Luckily, it was only $10. I know this is my period talking, but I am losing patience because they're still not open. I've been waiting for this vendor specifically because they always have the best inventory, and it's been like, I think we're going on 2 hours now, y'all. I can't. Let's go to another vendor. Finding black clothes has been a lot harder than I thought. This has been the vibe that I've been wanting to go for, just in black. Something like this, but in black, and something like this, only we need something a lot smaller. So one of the sizes that I usually struggle with is extra small. On our Pinterest board, she does have a few items that have like graphics like this, but the only thing is that on our board, they're long sleeves, and here we have a tank top, which I feel like could be spot on only with the print though. And I feel like if we're gonna go for this like archival look, a tank top doesn't scream that. Oh my gosh, y'all, finally. At least now we can say that early bird admission was worth it because we found some pants. She actually has some capris, and you know, these do kind of give more of a cargo style, but at least they're black and they're dead stock. They've got the lace-up detail, and it's something that's pretty reminiscent to something that she had on her Pinterest board too. Here's our very first purchase. Okay, I actually am having a lot of trouble finding only black items, so I think we're gonna open it up and expand to grade 2. I wanted to show these off. This I'm absolutely gonna take because what? How did I find this mesh fairy shirt? And it's in a size medium? Okay, you gotta be kidding. I'm having a really hard time finding extra small. Like a lot of this vintage, because it is worn, it tends to run a little bit bigger. So I really wanted to get this one. Fits too big. And then I was really into this one too, but same thing too. It runs a little too big, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Extra small is really hard to find. Sizing just is not there. She had a whole bunch of these vests with like faux fur on them, and I came across this one. It's labeled a size small. 18 pit, and then for the waist, we're at 34, and she's at 24, so this would just swallow her, but that would have been so good. Let's try to find something like this. Our luck has not been the greatest today because look at this. There's like absolutely no vendors. And the vendors that are here, most of them are like men's or true vintage, which is very far from what we're looking for. So as of right now, our bundle only has 4 items. Everyone knows that Margielas are expensive, and I'm fortunate enough to have one pair in my wardrobe, but I don't ever wear them because I always get blisters. So I was so tempted to get these ballerina flats, but low-key they looked a little round and puffy, and the quality in general just kind of bothered me because the piping at the very top didn't match or align. But looking back now, I do regret them. So next month I'm gonna pick them up because they were 45 bucks. Art absolutely hates it when I come across a glasses stand because I'm always gonna get one. But I'm kind of torn between these two. So classic black with an oval shape. Super cute, but they also have these with little stars on them. Look at the little stars. So let's see what these look like. I think I like the classic black better, huh? Aw, okay, let's see how much they are. Hi, how much are these? 15. 15? Okay. Hey, 15, hell yeah, I'm gonna get some sunglasses in. You guys know that I'm very transparent, so with my mystery bundles, I try to keep it as vintage as possible, but with Japanese archival, it makes it a little hard, okay, y'all? I went into a booth where they had like a whole bunch of Copco Bean, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and that really fit the whole Japanese aesthetic, especially with the silhouettes, but they were asking over $100. So we had to come to one of these boutiques. It's like around the perimeter, and that's where I found this skirt. Y'all, this is literally perfect, and it was a little up there. This is gonna be our grail piece. It was 55 bucks. So excited when Arthur actually finds clothes that he likes. He's in there right now, but he found these pants. See what it looks like. RVs, they look so cool.
You think they're too short? Or do you think they're...
Honestly, as long as you wear some sort of boot, I think it'll be fine. RVs, you need a large. You kind of got a gut going a little.
Well, we're supposed to go into the gym.
But I feel like maybe if you got a large too, the inseam might be longer. Now this is with the large on. Oh yeah, that looks loads better. Is the inseam a little bit longer too, huh?
Yeah, I think I like
RVs, that looks so cute. Yeah, that looks so good.
Yeah, I like those ones.
Okay, perfect. While Arthur gets out of those trousers, I want to show you my $5 purchase. It's so funny because my grandpa, I used to clown him so hard because he used to have these chihuahuas on his dashboard, and he had like maybe a good 3-4 of them. Well, look at me now taking after him because I'm obsessed with my little calico girls. So the minute I saw this, I was like, yup, need it. He got his pants. We were here for nearly 6 hours. We're finally in the parking lot, but we got those pants that Arthur wanted. I got my cute little $5 calico bobblehead. And then literally the only other thing I got myself was that fairy top. So let's go home and then I'll show you everything I got for the mystery bundle.
Okay, I did kind of mess up. I should have known that vendors weren't gonna pull up to Rosebowl on Mother's Day. Why would they come through to Vendetta Market when they would be spending time with their family and their moms? So it did make it a little hard to source this bundle, but we still got it. And there are like certain vendors that I shop with depending on what the style is. Like, if I'm looking for Y2K dead stock, then I go to Natalie and Audra. If I'm looking for affordable DIY, then I go to Meg Matilda. And all of my dark, subversive Euro vendors, they weren't there. Not a single one. So instead of spending the 3-4 hours that I wanted to, we were there for 6 hours. And then I also have my thoughts on early bird admission, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's get to this bundle because it did cost $100. So again, the buyer pays $100 flat, and I use the entirety of that money to shop for the bundle. And so our most expensive piece is this skirt right here. I love all the texture in the bottom, and I actually have one of these in gray in my personal wardrobe. I wear it as a dress, I wear it as a skirt. It's super versatile. You see the skirts at the very tippy toppy there? This skirt would totally be featured there. And then we had a lot of these type shirts, which I wouldn't necessarily say that that's Japanese archival, but a little bit more alt Y2K, which totally okay with me because it's my type of style. We have this shirt right here. I love it because it's like a thermal, so it has that waffle knit construction. We've got the print on the front and on the back, and I like that it looks like somewhat faded and worn, so it's got that like rugged style to it. But I didn't find this at Rosebowl Flea. I actually pulled this out of my own inventory. A few months back, I went to this yard sale that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and so this I got for 15 bucks. This is probably the only intricately printed item that you're gonna see in this haul, but I feel like it's pretty spot on. She had a couple capris on her Pinterest board, and so when I found these, it was a no-brainer. There was actually a vendor that I had never shopped with before, and all they had in their tent, dead stock. If you guys are familiar with dead stock, they're pretty much just designs that are no longer in production. So whatever exists out in the world, that's all there is. So if you are wanting to shop dead stock, usually there's only a limited quantity, but it is known for like brands to reproduce these styles again, and UNIF is like a big example of that. I especially love the back though, because that lace-up detail, so freaking sexy. I also like this little ruching on the side of the leg because on her Pinterest, that's exactly what it had. But these are super affordable. They were 16 bucks. This one I'm a little iffy about, but you'll let me know in the comments what you think. But she had so many of these jackets that had this little neck detail going on. I was like, okay, I don't know how the heck I'm gonna find that. But the Saturday before Rosebowl Flea, I went to Hot Girl Market because they popped up in downtown LA. So I literally just walked right over and I found this jacket. I personally love it to pieces. I think this is so freaking awesome. But you have this little neck detail. You can tie it with the drawstrings. Got the puff sleeves. It has an all over plaid print. But I was just like, is this a little too far from what she has on her Pinterest? So since I was a little unsure if this really fit her Pinterest, I did include a few freebies. But y'all, the hustle is real when it comes to resellers, because the same exact vendor who was at Hot Girl Market was also at Rosebowl Flea the very next morning, but this was 16 bucks. So with these 4 pieces, we're already sitting at $102. Can you believe I used to only charge $45 for these bundles? That is literally crazy, but I did include 3 freebies. So remember in the video when I was telling you that I had hit up this like $10 booth, and so I had found this like semi-sheer sleeveless cowl neck top. I'm gonna go ahead and just include it just because, you know what, as I was going through a lot of her Pinterest, a lot of things did have distressing to them. So maybe she doesn't mind it. And if she really is just like, girl, I don't want that at all, then you know what? It's okay. Donate it, give it to a friend. Just pretend like I never included this. But I want to say that this is a combination of these 2 tops right here. It's really classic silhouette to it. It's just sleeveless. I'm not sure if you could tell, but it is slightly sheer and it has a little cowl neck. So it'll be a good layering piece. I pulled this one out of my personal wardrobe because I was just like, okay, when I think of Japanese archival, I'm thinking layering. I'm thinking unique, fun elements. And so I had to include this geel top. But this one just has a little twist because it has all these tendrils. So this would be a good little layering piece to put over sweaters, button-up shirts. And I also like that the fabric is thick enough where you don't have to wear a bra. You're not gonna show any nip whatsoever. But I definitely think we were missing some sort of like statement detail in the bundle. So imagine this over the black skirt. So good. The very last item that I'm including in this bundle is one of my favorite pieces that I've ever sourced in my entire life. So she had a whole bunch of these type of like knitty mohair type sweaters, and I was finding them at Rosebowl, but they just weren't her size. Like, yes, they can be oversized on her, but I was like, that's not really the fit that I was looking for, because I was really finding more like large, extra large. But then I was like, you know what, let me just go back to my inventory real quick, because I have the perfect piece. Only thing, it's not black. We're moving into gray, but I still think it works. You know, this neckline is giving a little cutesy, a little too girly, but the good thing is that she can literally just slip out the ribbon. But this is Vintage Express. It's a mohair blend sweater. It's long sleeve, and the size is her size. And I'll bring you in closer too, because this is what I was talking about when I said that I wanted a little bit of texture in her pieces. This is gonna look so good with her outfits, and it's another layering piece, so she can put it over an outfit, she can put it under a vest, under a shirt. I've only ever come across 2 of these in my life. The first one I found was like a deep plum color, but I let my friend borrow it and she put it in the dryer. And as you're watching this, just be very mindful of how you clean it. Make sure you hand wash it and air dry it. That pretty much does it for our Japanese archival style bundle. You know what? I think I did pretty damn good, considering I wasn't too familiar with this aesthetic and that it was Mother's Day. So if you want me to style you and put together a bundle based off your Pinterest board and your Depop likes, go follow me on Instagram. So I know our last video we were talking about like, when should I drop them? I want them to be on like a certain day and time, and I think I've decided we're gonna do the second Friday of every single month at 11 a.m. PST. And so pretty much I'm gonna post on my IG stories that one mystery bundle is available, and then all you gotta do is respond to that story with the DM saying that you're interested and including your size, your measurements, and all your links. And then the first person who responds gets to claim it. So our last one did sell under 5 minutes, but I think I will put up a story next time saying that it's sold out, because I got a whole bunch of DMs being like, hey, where's the bundle? Is it gonna go live? And it already sold, so my bad, y'all. I should have said something. But let me know all your brutal, honest thoughts on this bundle down below in the comments. As always, y'all, I do post videos at least once a week. See you in the next one. Bye!